Today, we are diving into one of the most incredible stories of ecological resurrection I've ever come across. We're talking about the revival of Banhine National Park in Mozambique. It's a story about bringing an entire landscape, once teeming with life, back from the absolute brink.
And that really is the question at the heart of it all, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to protect a healthy environment, but what do you do when it's already gone? How do you actually restart an entire ecosystem? Well, the story of Banhine gives us a pretty powerful answer. To really get a handle on the scale of this challenge, you just have to look at this contrast. 50 years ago, Banhine was this vibrant, thriving wilderness, but then decades of conflict and poaching took a devastating toll, leaving the park pretty much completely empty of all the large animals that once made it famous.
So, you might be asking, how did it get so bad? To really understand this amazing revival, we first have to understand the collapse.
Banhine became what conservationists have a grim name for, a ghost park. Mozambique's devastating 15-year civil war, followed by years of just relentless poaching, it effectively wiped out the park's wildlife. All that was left was this silent, empty landscape.
But this is a story of hope. An incredibly ambitious mission was launched to literally breathe life back into Banhine. Think of it as a modern-day Great Migration.
And the goal was nothing short of audacious. I mean, this wasn't just about moving a few animals from point A to point B. The plan was to orchestrate a massive translocation of wildlife, designed to kickstart the entire ecological engine of the park all over again.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty, because the logistics here are just mind-blowing. How on earth do you round up and move hundreds of wild animals over hundreds and hundreds of miles?
In this single massive operation, we're talking about 385 animals. And this herd wasn't just one species. It included zebra, wildebeest, and several other types of antelope, all of them carefully selected to become the founding fathers and mothers of the new Banhine.
The choreography of this is just astounding.
Seriously, it's a high-stakes process that moves with almost military precision. You've got a skilled helicopter pilot herding the animals into a specially designed funnel, it's called a boma, which helps calm them down before they're loaded for a grueling 18-hour journey to their new home. Every single step is designed for maximum safety and minimum stress. It's incredible.
And listen, this was not a quick weekend job. The entire operation took 12 intense days. Finally, on the 12th day, the animals arrived. And they weren't just released into the total wilderness. No, they were released into a specially prepared 8-square-mile sanctuary inside the park, giving them a safe space to get used to their new surroundings. But here's where the story gets even bigger. This massive effort, it isn't a one-off. It's so important to understand that the revival of Banhine is actually one key piece of a much larger, interconnected conservation success story that's playing out all across southern Africa. Think of it this way, what's happening in Banhine isn't some standalone miracle. It's one crucial piece being put back into this vast puzzle of ecological restoration.
The organization behind this incredible work, the Peace Parks Foundation, has successfully relocated over 18,000 animals across the region. 18,000! They're systematically rewilding vast landscapes that have been basically written off for decades.
And this is how it all connects so beautifully. The animals for Banhine, they came from Banhine National Park, which was itself restored about 15 years ago. Then you have Zenave National Park nearby, which has also been revived and is now home to black rhinos for the first time in 40 years. All these parks form a network inside the Great Limpopo Transfrontier Park, a massive conservation corridor that actually spans 3 different countries.
So, with all that incredible work as context, what does it all mean for the future of Banhine itself? You know, where is this all heading? What's the endgame?
This quote from Donald Sutton, the park's head of operations, it just says everything. The vision isn't just to have some animals in the park again. The ultimate goal is to restore the vibrant, self-sustaining ecosystem that existed half a century ago. It's literally a vision of turning back the clock on ecological destruction.
And we can't forget the immense human effort that made this all possible. Before a single animal could be moved, crews spent 2.5 years doing just backbreaking work, rebuilding fences, fixing roads, preparing the habitat. This revival is built on a foundation of sheer human hard work and dedication.
Ultimately, the revival of Banhine is so much more than a local success story. It's a powerful symbol of hope. It proves that even a ghost park can be brought back to life with vision, with collaboration, and with just plain perseverance. And it leaves us with a really critical question to think about.
If we can mend a broken ecosystem on this kind of scale, what other parts of our world can we commit to restoring?